And this is Baina Midday News coming to you live from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. I'm Khadija Kubra Kailani. Coming up this afternoon, Ghana Health Service to embark on COVID-19 vaccination campaign starting May 4th. Also, Professor Jampo says structure of the free senior high school does not promote quality education. And Labour Ministry to meet with TEU today over Tier 2 pension arrears. Remember, this news is also live on Facebook and YouTube at Baina TV. Stay with us for details of the stories. Thank you for staying with us now, starting off with some health stories. The Ghana Health Service has announced a nationwide COVID-19 vaccination campaign in response to the increasing number of infections reported across healthcare facilities, scheduled to run from May 4th to May 10, 2024. Expressing concerns about the virus' rapid spread, the Ghana Health Service has emphasized the critical importance of adhering strictly to safety measures and protocols.
Dr. Franklin Asiedu Bequin, Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, highlighted the necessity of widespread vaccination to combat the spread of the virus during a media briefing. He said they are observing a rise in cases reported in parts of Accra and several other regions. This underscored the urgent need for vaccination among Ghanaians. Therefore, from the 4th to 10th of May, they will conduct a nationwide COVID-19 vaccination campaign and encourage all Ghanaians to participate in this effort. He added that Ghana Health Service intends to conduct 4 or 5 vaccination campaigns before the year's end. The goal is to achieve the necessary population immunity that will help minimize the risk of infections within the country.
Away from health now in education, Professor Ransford Jampo, a political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, has criticized the current structure of the free senior high school policy, arguing that it fails to uphold quality educational standards. He expressed these views during the launch of the Relief and Aid International Educational Scholarship in Accra.
According to Professor Jampo, focusing the policy on academically talented yet financially disadvantaged students will alleviate the financial burden on the government while ensuring educational standards are maintained. He said the government is trying to provide free education to everybody, but it knows that it does not have the resource to do it. But because they have promised, they will do it at all costs, and that does not promote quality education. Meanwhile, Dr. Nyao Tamaklu, a founding member of the New Patriotic Party, weighed in on the matter, citing recent allegations of corruption within Scholarship Secretariat as indicative of declining integrity in Ghana. According to him, in Ghana, scholarships were traditionally intended for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. One individual who had benefited from such support recounted his educational journey, which had been made possible by scholarships. He went to secondary school and university university with scholarships designed for the needy. However, he observed a concerning shift. Scholarships that were once intended for those who required financial assistance were now being awarded to individuals who didn't need them. This indicated to him that integrity in Ghana had reached a low point, as these scholarships were no longer serving their intended purpose.
Away from that, the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Pram, Samuel Nati George, says he's not surprised at the High Court dismissal of an application seeking to force President Akufo-Addo to receive the anti-LGBTQ bill approved by Parliament. In a Facebook post on Monday, the Ningo Pram Pram MP asserted that the verdict was predetermined by the President, the Attorney General's office and the judiciary.
The court's ruling came in response to a judicial review application filed by the South Day NP, Nelson Roxon Defiamekpo. Mr. Defiamekpo sought to get to court to exercise the powers of mandamus, urging Parliament to transmit the bill and compelling the President to accept it for consideration. However, the Attorney General opposed the application, arguing that granting the request will overstep the High Court's powers. Justice Ellen Lodina Sewa Mureku, presiding over the matter, noted that pending applications at the Supreme Court made it inappropriate to grant the instant application. He dared them to challenge him, reminding the President of their meeting in his office on Monday, April 22nd. He indicated that he wasn't surprised by the ruling, suggesting it was a manipulative outcome decided in advance. According to his account, the President, the Attorney General's office, and the judiciary had all coordinated to produce this contrived verdict. He even dared anyone to challenge him on this assertion, referring a specific meeting that supposedly took place in the President's office on Monday, April 22nd. This implied that there was a hidden arrangement influencing court's decision.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations is scheduled to hold discussions with the leadership of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union of TUC today over Tier 2 pensions arrears owed to members of the union. In an interview with the media in Accra, King James Azotiba, the General Secretary of the union, expressed deep concerns over the situation, describing the delay as unfortunate.
The union had previously set an April deadline for the government to resolve all outstanding payments owed to its members concerning SSNIT and Tier 2 pension contributions, which have reportedly been overdue since June 2023. King James Azotiba said, going into the meeting, this is something that is really unfortunate, and they have tried to understand the government, but it is becoming too much to the disservice of their members, especially those who are retiring. He explained that the Tier 2 is meant for investment so that when people are going on retirement, they will be paid. But SSNIT does not pay the lump sum any longer. The lump sum is being paid by our Tier 2 fund managers, and so they can only make a good investment out of it if the money is available for investment. He added that this is a salary deduction that is deducted from the salaries of their members every month. So it is unfortunate the government is still holding on to the money.
And now in some political stories, the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has condemned President Akufo-Addo's recent interaction with a chief in the Oti region, describing it as unpresidential and disrespectful to the traditional leaders. In a social media post on Monday, April 29, Mr. Mahama expressed concerns over President Akufo-Addo's conduct, stating that political observers should take it seriously.
John Mahama emphasized that the president's action undermined the dignity of chiefs in the country. According to Mr. Mahama, failure to rebuke President Akufo-Addo from his behavior could lead to further disrespectful actions in the remaining days of his presidency. The former president called on Ghanaians to be vigilant and hold their leaders accountable for upholding the values of respect and dignity, especially towards traditional leaders. The incident has sparked debate among Ghanaians, with some expressing expressing disappointment in the president's behavior, while others defend it as a culture misunderstanding. According to John Mahama, in almost 8 years, Nana Addo Bawumia has done extensive damage to Ghanaians' democracy. As the clock ticks towards the end of his mandate, the president's attitude and utterances give much cause for concern. John Mahama said the president's recent insistence that chiefs stand up to greet him to be a matter of serious consternation for political watchers. Meanwhile, Mr. Mahama launched a scathing critique against President Akufo-Addo, accusing him of attempting to undermine Ghana's constitution and manipulate the political landscape to benefit his favored successor. His criticism came in response to a statement by President Akufo-Addo, where he declared his refusal to transfer power to an opponent he had previously defeated.
National Abdul Fattah Ishaku registered his 20th goal involvement of the season as Leicester City beat Preston North End on Monday evening. The winger recorded an assist in the 3-0 win for the Foxes on the road as they sealed their championship title with a game to spare.
Ejemi Vardy brace and another goal from academy graduate Cassie McCarthy sealed the title for Enzo Maresca's side with a game to spare. Vardy gave Leicester the lead after just 36 minutes played before doubling the lead after the break. In the 67th minute of the encounter, Ishaku put through McCarthy, who went in to wrap up the win for the Foxes. With his assist against Preston, the Ghanaian has now been directly involved in 20 goals in the championship, scoring 7 and providing 13 assists. Ishaku will be hoping his loan spell will be made permanent at the end of the season, with Leicester set to play in the Premier League next season.
And this is where we end our midday news. I'm Khadija Kubra Keilani. Have a good afternoon.